Okay, good stuff. So welcome to MATICS April 2025 webinar. We are delighted to see in the group today customers of MATICS for the last 10 years. I see one of them. We have prospects and we also have new accounts, which is rather encouraging. We have people from Europe, from Britain, from the Middle East, from North America, so a really wide range of people in today's session. Thank you to those that completed the questionnaire that was part of the registration. This was rather important for us because it's kind of guided the discussion that we're going to give to you today, the presentation material today. And in the questionnaire, we posed to you three principal questions. The first question was, what is the current state of your manufacturing operational standards? And the feedback we got was rather unanimous and expected. And the answer we got back was that you have excellent operational standards, but they're on paper. We fully expected this, so that reassures us a little bit. The second question was based around how do you manage these standards that are on paper? And again, we had a fairly unanimous response, and that response was that the documents are very robust, very well formed, but they're inconsistently followed. They're not practiced as they should be. And again, when you have paper systems, we would fully expect that kind of answer. The third question was, we got some varied replies, and it was, what are the barriers to implementing, maintaining, and enforcing standards? And again, there was lots of reasons to why manufacturing suffers with this technology, processes, resources, human nature, resistance to change. So it was a really good feedback that we got. So thank you for that. I'd like to now introduce you to the speakers today. So we have three experts within their domain. Firstly, I have a colleague in Noam, and Noam is going to pitch to you the concept of digital standards. So really excited, Noam, to hear what you've got to say today. Following Noam will be a coaching session. So we're very blessed to have one of our partners from the USA with us. Joe, who is an expert in coaching, will pitch to you how coaching can transform your operational excellence. So again, Joe, very excited to listen to your pitch, and thank you for being part of today. The final part of the session is, for me, one of the most exciting parts of the session. My colleague Ron and I presented late last year version 4 of MATICS to our customers, and the feedback was really overwhelming. It was really great. So I'm excited for Ron to show you the leaps that we're making to solve the problems of today and tomorrow. But before I hand over to Noam, I'd just like to remind you all, a little bit about why we're here. And manufacturing is culturally and economically important to all of the people here today, all of the countries, be them local, small industries or global entities. So the problems that we try and solve at MATICS are really very important. And of course, Industry 4.0 and Industry 5.0, which will focus on ecosystems of digital transformation. We're well versed in this digital transformation journey. So again, today you're going to see a little bit about on how we solve these problems. And again, for the last 15 years, digital transformation has been a target, a North Star, light at the end of the tunnel. But the truth is, it's not easy. And factories still suffer with poor productivity. They still struggle to control quality, the processes, the cost per part. And again,
you're not sharing?
I do apologize. The screen's not sharing?
No.
Let me do one more time.
Yeah, sorry, maybe it was,
So can everybody see the screen?
yeah.
Yes.
Perfect. Thank you. Thank you for the feedback. So again, we can see that factories still don't meet the demand. We can see that the productivity isn't where it wants to be, and we can see that quality, downtime, and all sorts of technology causes the problem. But for me, these next two slides are really rather powerful. It's undoubted that there's lots of reasons for these losses, but our customers give us the feedback that the people, the connected or the lack of connectivity with the people are the principal cause to the downtime reasons, the downtime's being extended, but more importantly, they're the barrier to change. And today we want to demonstrate to you how we overcome that challenge. And this is really an image that resonates with me. A disenfranchised employee who really isn't involved in the decision making. People are making decisions with poor data that's in the past. It's not real time. It's not predictive. And this is something, again, that enforces MATIC's view that connected frontline workers are the catalyst to change. So how do we do this? We simply connect the machines, the people, the processes, and the systems. Hey, how easy could it be? And the value of having all of these entities connected in real time gives all of the personas within the business the ability to affect the business. And as an example here, the MATIC's Connected Frontline Workforce, it engages all the people on the front line. It gives the people on the front line the ability to know what to do, when to do it, and how to do it. It gives the managers the ability to holistically look across the whole organization, and it gives the operational excellence leaders all of the tools to make great decisions in real time. So that's the end of the introductions. Thank you for that. I'm sorry that we had a little bit of a technical delay with the screen not sharing. So I'm going to stop sharing now and introduce Noam to you. And Noam's going to then talk about the digital standards.
Okay, thank you, Lee. Thank you for the introduction. And yeah, your last slide, you talk about operational excellence, and there are many topics when we talk about operational excellence, and this webinar, as you understand, is focusing on digital standards. And for me, as working for many years in this field, standard work is a very, very important topic in order to create a culture of continuous improvement. Yeah, but let me start, please, with a question. Yeah, are your teams, does your team on the same page speak the same language? How things should be done? So actually, maybe it's a little bit provocative question, but in many factories, the honest answer is not exactly. This misalignment leads to mixed results, constant firefighting, and a lot of frustration. And actually, what we're going to focus today is we're going to focus on explore digital standards and what it can bring. And actually, I would say a few things that I will elaborate later. It's digital standards will bring clear instructions to everyone and that everyone can understand. It's focusing on how we can monitor and control our process in much more efficient way, and at the end, how we can increase our performance. And we will talk and show you how MATICS and how it implemented in MATICS, and later on, we will go through a live demo in our system. So let me introduce myself and Nimrod. So again, my name is Noam Twig, and I'm the VP Digital Transformation at MATICS, and I'm working in the industry for more than 20 years in different fields, especially in supply chain, logistics, operations, and operational excellence. And that's my passion. So that's the reason that I'm here. My background is industrial engineering, and I'm also teaching in one of the biggest technology university in Israel. Nimrod, you want to say about yourself?
Thank you, Noam. My name is Nimrod Ron. I have also 20 years of background, both in corporates and startups. I'm a product manager most of my most of my life. I do hold a degree in industrial engineering, and my expertise and my background is in big data and AI.
Thank you, Nimrod. So I will continue. So, this is a story. Actually, a few years ago, I've been traveling to the Netherlands, and I met a CEO of one of the biggest dairy company in the Netherlands. And for me, it was a very interesting and a good lessons to understand. There are many kinds of leadership, and there are many kinds of bringing things to work. If I would divide it into two types, I would say the one is let's work harder, let's press more hard to get our results, and the other type might be let's do it in a different way. Let's be excellent. And this story about this CEO that transformed, and the way he transformed himself, and the way he changed and looked on things, for me it was a great lesson, and maybe I will try to bring a little bit from it to this webinar. So a lot of us are, I think, dealing with the same challenges, and we have the same secrets. And if it doesn't matter from which industry you're coming from, we're facing a lot of challenges. For example, we get different results from different shifts, different teams. From my experience, if your site is working 3 shifts a day, there is a huge variability between the night shift and the day shift. We see that knowledge sometimes is stuck in a specific or few operators. Mistakes, it's something that we see that when mistake happen, it's okay, but when mistakes repeated, it's very frustrated, and this is something that we are facing. And if we already have, and some of you answered the survey, if we already had some instructions, it's usually on papers, and papers can get lost, they are not live, etc. So these are some of the challenges that we are facing. So we understand that, and again, I hope that we agree that the left side, it's something that we all have these challenges. So if we do have, if we don't have, or we do have few, actually having standards is improving dramatically the way we act, and our day in the life of an operator or manager looks different if you have standards. It's much more clear, repeatable processes across teams are aligned. It's much easier to train and do the onboarding, which is one of the challenges that the industry is facing. It's a baseline, it's a good baseline for, of course, for continuous improvement. So I hope we all agree that having standards and implementing standard work is something that we would like to have. Some of you in the survey also mentioned the barrier that you have, and I will take a look on it in a minute, but I hope we all agree that we would like to move from the left side to the right side. So now, actually, we're in 2025, things changed, and we have a great opportunity in the industry actually to jump. If those of you have standard in papers to move to digital, those of you who don't have any standards or poor standards, it's a great opportunity to do this jump to the digital standards, and actually digitizing the standards, it's a game changer. And in a minute, I will elaborate about it. It's a game changer because paper is a static and hard to update, and digital standards are living. You can get a feedback and correct it, and it's accessible from everywhere. Everyone has a mobile, web, tablets, whatever. So what are the benefits? What do we get when we implement digital standards? So at the end, maybe it's the most important, at the end, we improve our performance. We have our productivity is higher. We spend much less time on writing instruction, telling people what to do. Everyone are aligned. So this is something that at the end point, it's the most important things. Better quality. So this is a very important topic. It's related to all industries, but maybe to some industries even more. For example, food and beverage and pharma. It's a great opportunity to digitize all the requirement into standards, and there is no way to not to follow these standards. So the compliance is better and less mistakes. Of course, traceability, we know exactly what happened, when, by whom, and we all have all the data. This is a byproduct of digitizing our standards. And at the end, it's a great opportunity to create a culture of continuous improvement. Everything is there, and everyone, as I mentioned, are aligned. So this is a great opportunity. So actually, what we are doing at MATICS, and later on, Nimrod will present it in live, what we are doing in MATICS system. Actually, we took this opportunity and put it in the system. Our standards are live. You can explore it, and you can see it in real time. We have, we will see it. We have tracking for everything that the operator is doing. It's not in order to control. It's in order to create an opportunity for improvement. And of course, it's easy to update it. It's a very easy platform, and again, we will see it in a minute. So when implementing when implementing software, any kind of software to improve our business, it's great, and we definitely recommend to do it. What we see is that there is an increase in the performance, and then it's kind of stays stable. This is when you're just getting a tool implemented, but actually, when you do only coaching, when you implement, for example, operational excellence, and you implement some tools and do it by coaching, you will get an improvement, but it will not be sustained. So once you combine it, and that's what we are doing at MATICS, once you combine the technology platform together with coaching, you get a great increase in the performance, and it's sustained for a long time. So actually, this is the point that I wanted to say. So just to summarize, I hope we all agree that standard work is important. There is a great opportunity to digitize the standards. It's a game changer in the way the operations can work. And we at MATICS, that's exactly what we are doing, and we will see it later on. So thank you,
Noam. That was really great, and I think that one of the takeaways for me there is that the survey told us that standards are important to the manufacturing industry, which is obvious. Standards give us consistency, which is obvious. And this then can lead to productivity, quality, and traceability. And I'm excited by Nimrod's demo later, because what Nimrod will demonstrate to you is that these digital standards, they increase the employee engagement. And when we empower and encourage engagement from the frontline workers, we really can make this change effective. So thank you for that, Noam. That was really great. I'd like now to introduce you to Joel. As I said, we're very privileged to have Joel with us. He's a partner based in the US, and he brings with him a lot of experience, which he will get across to you now. So please go for it, Joel.
Can everyone hear me?
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, thanks, Lee. I really appreciate that introduction. So I'm Joe Stefko. I'm the founder and president of Stefko Consulting, and I'm also a 30-year veteran of leadership and operations, process improvement, engineering. My degree is in chemical engineering, but I'm a CGMP expert and Six Sigma Black Belt. What we're going to talk about today is how we integrate MATICS. So everything we heard about digital standards is great, but we really need to understand how we engage our people. And, we do that through coaching and really engaging with consulting, assessing the current situation, value stream mapping, goal setting, the technology setup and integration, that's MATICS. Coaching integration, setting the standards for metrics and how we're actually going to implement and engage our workforce, and then those digital standards, and routines to sustain it. So just a question for everybody on the webinar so far. Who has experience with Lean or Six Sigma? If you can just put in the chat or the question and answer box, if you've had some exposure to Lean manufacturing, training, or Six Sigma. You can just put that in there. I'd really appreciate it. It will really help give us feedback on going through this next section of the webinar. Okay, so we have this value proposition, and which one really comes first? Our vision or our leaders' vision for improvement, or is it just an overall leadership development strategy? Or could it be as sophisticated as operational intelligence? Something like a MATICS system where we just implement the process and the digital standards and the software and engage people. Again, if we could just get some feedback there on what comes first, what's most important? Is it our vision? Is it engagement? Is it a system? What do you think it is? I mean, at the end of the day, all these are important, right? So we really want to engage everything, but we want to have that leadership buy-in and engagement and vision first. Okay, so what is Lean? What is Lean manufacturing? From my perspective, it's a holistic approach. We identify the current state or value stream. We identify overall waste, and a lot of times it's beyond manufacturing. It's the supply chain. It's your materials coming in, the logistics, the transfer from a warehouse to manufacturing, the manufacturing workflow, and then through to maybe a packaging operation and then shipping. So it's a very holistic view of engaging many, many departments and people. So what is Six Sigma then? Six Sigma is all about reducing variation and understanding and optimizing process variables. We know that change in general, whether it be implementing operational excellence through Lean or Six Sigma, could be painful. We want to encourage buy-in and have continuous improvement be a fun activity. And you'll see from the MATICS software that there's a lot of rewards for hitting your goals, and you hit that. Really support encouragement in the software and how it works. Okay, so Lean manufacturing is key, right, to setting standards and having a continuous improvement culture. So one thing that we do is we follow a very rigorous Lean and Six Sigma training program. Some of you put in your the comments you do know Lean manufacturing, right? You may have been going through an introduction or a yellow belt course or green belt to do projects, or maybe you're a trainer yourself as a black belt. These projects are designed to improve efficiency and reduce waste. So by adopting these techniques, businesses can improve profitability and cost savings and productivity. Okay, so continuing that value proposition then, some of the things we really do, this is sort of how sausage is made. We do implement statistical process control. And these data and goals are extremely important within any manufacturing and distribution operation. We improve the operational efficiency, improve line speed and cycle time. We understand the interaction of the people and equipment materials to increase output on existing assets. It's extremely important. Whoever has the assets, whoever can make these products faster, better, less expensive, higher quality, are going to win in today's world economy. So evaluating your processes, setting performance goals, and making great decisions are what we coach and consult on. We reduce your cost for your operations and your supply chain. So you'll have the overall highest benefit with the least resources to implement these systems. I'm also a trained Maxwell leadership executive coach, and this is where we work with the executive teams on their vision and their strategy and their guiding principles. We want to make sure that everybody's on the same page when it comes to leadership and setting proper direction for the business. So we bring together all the leaders when we do these training and coaching sessions. They're group sessions. They could be business leaders from different industries to come together and share best practices, to understand and have a little empathy for what's going on as leaders of companies, and then solve problems together. So obviously we're developing leaders, not just amongst the different industries, but also leaders within your company to do a deep dive to make better decisions and create the best managers going forward. Okay, so we also work on the operations plans, vision, and mission statements, work with your organization. We do risk assessments for your business. All these slides will be available to everybody on the webinar, so we can review them at a later time. But it's all about engaging your team, your managers, and make an important improvement in performance. Okay, so operational excellence. We really identify increasing cash flow and profitability when we optimize assets. The process capability Six Sigma analysis, design of experiments to optimize process variables, manufacturing yield and quality analysis. We'll teach and train and implement on overall equipment effectiveness, OEE. Some of you may have already been trained in that metric. And then we finish cost saving projects with proper analysis, audits, and reports. Okay. Now, I know we've mentioned product quality is paramount. Safety and quality are extremely important to most businesses. This software, this MATICS system really does address product quality. It's really good to understand not just the cost of quality from waste of materials through the process, but also non-conformances and doing proper investigations of corrective and preventive action, finding the root cause of problems and changing that to truly be an optimized, good manufacturing organization. So understanding documentation, understanding process validation, whether you're manufacturing food, beverage, pharmaceutical, medical device, industrial manufacturing, all of these things are important to you, right? Okay, and then obviously process development is also innovation. How do we earn new business? How do we take products that are similar in nature and spin off the next generation? So doing product development, scale up, and documentation, design control, those things are extremely important. Why wouldn't we enter those standard practices within a standard digital system like MATICS? If we're going to do any automation, engineering projects, we specialize in that also. So optimizing process design and specifications, all those design and specifications could be within the MATICS system as a standard going forward. So we create that continuous improvement culture within your organization with real effective engineering solutions. There are a lot of constraints we deal with every day, but these type of automation projects can be captured and implemented and tracked within the MATICS system. And this is just a QR code if you want more information on some of these expense reduction strategies. All right, so now let's see it in action. I know we have a demo coming up here, and you're going to see some really good benefits from the MATICS software and systems.
Thank you, Joe. And again, that was really great. And I think we're all aligned, both that's MATICS and our customers, that the technology alone is not enough to solve these complex problems. And coaching, consultancy, the know-how, how to overcome these things is rather important. But now let's have Nimrod look at the product, which for me is the most exciting part of today, and get a feel for what version 4 is going to do for you. Please, Nimrod.
Can you see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Great. First, thank you, everyone. I think that we learned a lot. We learned a lot today. And the most important part is the thing that we are all aligned about the fact that OE doesn't really improve by itself. Without increasing the engagement and the accountability of the people in the front line, we are missing the people that actually move the needle. And this is what this is one of the most important anchors that drives me as someone that design softwares. The second thing that drives me is the fact that if it's not simple, it simply won't work. So how to create a big impact with something that is simply to implement and won't create a resistance inside our organization. So this is an example of one of our interfaces. MATICS provide 3 types of digital interfaces. One of them is a web application that can help to analyze and to understand the gaps, the main losses in your factory, and create for the back office people, the different departments, the big image, the big picture of understanding your performance. The second application is a manager application that you can log in from any place, not just within your factory, and understand as managers or different stakeholders what's going on within your organization in real time. And the third application is a tablet that operators and technicians and quality frontline workers are using in the shop floor in order to manage the shift. We call this dashboard the cockpit because actually putting people first is one of the most important things that drives us as a product team. And we want to verify that the people that really navigate the shift are having everything that they need to know and everything that they need to do in one place. So this is why we're calling it the cockpit. So we spoke about digital standard. There are different types of digital standard that can be supported with MATICS platforms. Those could take the accumulated knowledge from different departments, such as the continuous improvement, the OPEX team, the quality, the maintenance, and even standard routines that you want to implement in your factory, and digitize them with a very simple to use interface. We're going to go on several examples. For example, in this cockpit, we're currently presenting a food and beverage line, but you can take it to any industry that we support. The upper side of the cockpit present a dashboard, a configurable dashboard of all the insights that you need to know about your shift performance. We can see that this is an 8-hour shift. There are some planned events on the timeline, and there are some unexpected events that we will face during the shift. On the 2 examples of upcoming events could be, for example, quality test that I should take, some samples that I should take based on time, or the trigger could be also based on a quantity of good units that were produced. So I can trigger those events by different types of triggers. Maintenance could be another type of rules that I can set up based on different types of triggers. In this example, we can see a setup task that I'm due to perform at the middle of my shift. and I do need to set up the machines according to the standards that the maintenance team decided. If I'm doing anything that is not according to the protocol, I need to explain it and to give and to then monitor what is the difference between the expected performance and the actual. Another type of routine that can be automated is, for example, the start shift report. This is an handover report that helps an operator or a line master to receive the assigned line and the responsibility on the line in a better way. So now I know everything that was done during the last shift, how the shift performance went. I can see what are the main downtime reasons and any messages that I received from other operator or any open service calls. So that gives me the ability to create a routine of shift handover in my organization. So let's imagine that we started a shift and we're performing a 6 Sigma or 5S routine. It's a cleaning and safety protocol that my continuous improvement department decided to set. So I'm, as an operator, can start the shift by doing things according to the protocol. If I'm a junior and I'm not sure of how the benchmark should look like, I can always look at a movie or an image and follow it. And if I comply, I can always mark it as comply. And if I didn't, I need to set up an explanation for my manager to then go and analyze later. Those are the procedures that I'm taking in terms of continuous improvement, and I'm getting rewarded by that. And this is another area that we decided to implement in our product in order to increase the engagement of the frontline users. So again, we're doing everything possible to increase the engagement and to see that the relevant people are part of the solution. 2 hours later, I can see that the line stopped for 28 minutes. It stopped because of 2 downtime events on one of the availability machines. And I can always go and fill up, as an operator, the missing information. So in some cases, we in MATICS are connected to machines that support with the different stop reasons automatically from the machines. But in other cases, this is the missing information that can help the maintenance team to then analyze and decide what is the corrective action that should be taken. So I'm, as an operator, need to report back on a stop reason. The system suggests me with an AI-based stop reasons that are most relevant to this specific machine that stopped, and I'm selecting the one that is that I identified as the stop reason. We also added another layer of information because I'm already there in the shop floor, seeing the machine and listening to it and viewing the different aspects of the problem behind those symptoms. I can add another layer of information to the maintenance team, helping them identify what is the exact part that was responsible for this stop reason. And I'm being rewarded also for that. Some of our customers train tier 1 solving problems, and then operators can go and fix the problem according to the protocol that the maintenance team created. Again, we're taking an accumulated knowledge that senior technician gathered during their years and placing them as a digital form, verifying that people that are doing now a problem fix, a tier 1 problem fix, are doing it according to the safety protocols and they're following it. So those are different types of standards that we digitized. It's a fully configurable solution, so you can take it to your domain knowledge, to the relevant industry, and automate your processes with it.
Okay, Nimrod, that was really great, and yeah, I just want to share with the audience that we presented this last year to our customers, and the feedback we got was really overwhelming. To have a cockpit that is empowering the frontline workers with what to do, when to do it, and how to do it. Our customers were really excited by this. And then, of course, underpinning this by rules and tasks for maintenance, for downtime reasons, for the continuous improvement team to see what's happening in real time. This brings a lot of value to all manufacturers. I have to say the gamification maybe has missed me by a generation, but as I leave the workplace and the next generations are embedded into the workplace, they need to feel this appreciation. They need to feel valued. And it's not necessarily about, you know, who's the best guy on the shop floor. Yeah, that has value. But there's people that are hiding, they don't understand, they need some help. And this is a real great tool to expose the training and the support that's needed, because if we get everyone to a standard, then things become a lot easier. So thank you, Nimrod, for that. As I said, I was excited to see that demonstration again. We have a couple of questions that came in with the questionnaire. So I'm going to go with that two first, but please raise your hand or just type it into the chat if you want to ask a question. So one of the questions came in which really challenged us a little bit, which was fun. So Joe has explained to you the value of coaching with MATICS. So a digital tool on its own is not enough to fix the problems. We need a culture change. We need skills. We need coaching to move it forward. So the question was based out of the UK. How do we manage coaching when Stefco, of course, are based in the US? So I can tell you that Noam is our VP of Digital Transformation. He's built some models, some coaching models based on EY, McKinsey, Deloitte principles. And these models are available now for our existing customers who want to reinvent the value and get more out of what they invested in MATICS. For new accounts that don't know where to start, you know, they appreciate the value of getting real-time data. But what do we then do with that real-time data? And everything in between. So if there are people that's looking for coaching or want to understand how coaching optimizes the digital product, then we have a couple of models for that. And Joe will be working with you on this because yeah, we don't have a monopoly on good ideas. We'll be looking for your guidance on this as well. The second question that came in is, again, a common question, but a very difficult one to answer. So let's have a go. So is MATICS a MES? So quite often I have meetings with existing customers and we're classified as a MES, an MRP. One customer even called us an ERP, and everything in between. So really, how do we clear these waters? So I'll give you my view on this. Our MATICS and MES, we have a lot of the characteristics and the benefits of MES. You know, we manage the planning, you know, dynamic real-time planning. We manage quality. We manage productivity. We present KPIs, insights. KPIs, not insights. We look at the maintenance rules and tasks. A lot of these things could be classified as MES, but why do we call ourselves the connected frontline workforce and not MES? For me, these are important features. MES focuses on the middle management and above. It does look at the manufacturing, of course, the manufacturing execution system, but it generally doesn't take it in real time. It doesn't engage the biggest problem, as I demonstrated at the beginning here, which is the people. You know, connecting the people will influence the performance. So, you know, we don't position ourselves as we are MES or we are not MES. We have a lot of the characteristics of MES. but we do things in real time and we focus on the people, what to do, when to do, and how to do it. And then the word that I brought in wrongly earlier, which was insights. What our system does is we'll give you the insights to make great decisions in real time. And this for me is, one of the things that puts us above and beyond MES. The final thing, I guess, is price and deployment. And MES system is very expensive and very complicated to deploy. MATICS is very cost effective with return on investment in days and weeks, and easy to deploy. We have a mantra when we hand over projects to our customer success team, which is day one benefits. We want to give you paperless manufacturing on day one. This is a huge quantum leap that MATICS can deliver. So those were two questions that popped in prior to this meeting, this session starting. Looking to see if there's any other questions. And by the way, thank you for the attendees today. It's great to see so many new people, which is really encouraging. There's no other questions in the chat. If anybody would like to ask a question, please do so now. That awkward silence, why people are fumbling to put the mic on and then really waiting for the session to end. So, hey guys, let's start wrapping the session up. You will have all of our details. You have all
have
our
one.
Please, yes.
One person.
So please, Ricardo. You are on mute, Ricardo.
I'd like to check with you if it's possible to show one of the reports of the quality checks. If you could see some charts related to the quality checks.
Sure. So we have a very comprehensive reporting system. It gives you the ability to predefine the fields that you want to see within the reporting. Different personas will want to see different things. We certainly can do that. I'm not sure if this is the right time to do this now, but we have obviously dummy data and customer data, of course, that's privileged, but we can share with you some graphs, some information. SPC for me is rather important here, Ricardo. So when we look at quality, it's not a matter of just it's good or it's bad. We want to look for trends. We want to see what's happening. Is it trending upwards? Is it trending downwards? Do we have different performances from quality at different shifts by different people on different machines? So yeah, super question, Ricardo. I will put my email in the chat. If you just send me an email, I'll book a session with you, and we'll present these quality insights to you.
Okay, that works. Thank you.
Thank you. Great question. We have another question I saw pop up just. Was there another hand there or not? No, perhaps the other hand has gone down there. So yeah, look, I'd like to again share my gratitude on behalf of everyone at MATICS, everyone at STEFCO, for participating today. These things I know are always very interesting, but we're not professional actors, and we do our best to not mess it up. And I think we can all agree that Joe, Noam, and Nimrod did a sterling job today for us. So thank you, guys. We will reach out to you in the next couple of days to share with you the material, and I look forward to meeting you all one-to-one.